I need somebody help.
Hi, and welcome to The Winning Hand. I'm Howard Reback, and thank you for betting on yourself.
When I was younger, so much younger than today.
Hi again, everybody. I am Howard Reback, Montreal motivational speaker in the world of gambling and anything that has to do with the world of gambling. Today's a tough day. Today's a tough day because the last week I have been receiving emails about last week's show, which basically was about the world of shame, which us ex-addicts go through. And we really only realize the full capacity of the shame and the shamefulness that we have when our life is seemingly back on track and we have been able to assimilate ourselves back into the real world and our addiction is over. And that's where I'm at. It's over. It's done. But I have to learn what the world of shame means to me and to those around me, keeping in mind that it's not just me that has to live with the shame of what happened before, but it's also family and friends that are faced by other people. And when somebody would see, for instance, my ex-wife, and look at her and talk to her, that she was with me through the tough times, she becomes ashamed. You know, shame is a synonym for a fungus. It spreads. And it's a tough topic to talk about because every addict, regardless of addiction, has to go through it. They go through it while they have the addiction, but it comes out in full bloom when the addiction is over. As I do, daily. Invariably, you bump into people you haven't seen in a while or people that you see from time to time, and you just know that they're not looking at you, they're almost looking through you, or they're looking at you with all kinds of thoughts going through their mind, and you want to just tell them blankety blank blank blank. And you don't, because you have to remember that to a certain extent that they're right, to a certain extent that they're wrong as well, because nobody understands addiction. When I say nobody, I mean, Joe or Jane, a citizen, does not. And nobody can really relate to how you're feeling inside, knowing that you've admitted you had a problem, you fixed a problem, and you just want your life back. Nobody can understand what it would be like to stay home at nights and weekends, sitting on the floor, crying in the corner, knowing the damage that you've caused. It sounds like a very dramatic, hokey statement, but it's true. And all addicts, including myself, that went through this, lived it, or are living it, or will live it. It's all part of the process of getting better. We talked about the world of addiction. Is it a sickness? Is it an illness? And I had mentioned about 2 months ago in our show that I never thought it was, but of course now I believe that it is, because if it is, in fact, an illness or a sickness, you can recover, which means that you are sick, you know what the problem is, and you get better. Hence, it was an illness. People don't understand. So it's up to us to live with the shame and the guilt and all the stuff that came with our addiction that as quote-unquote clean people now, we can't spend our days pontificating and standing on the highest mountain yelling, "We're better! We're up!" We can't do that. I know we want to. And for those around us that really love us and care about us, and vice versa, we'll talk to them and we'll tell them in what state we're at these days. but you can change the whole world. And that's where the word shame and coping comes in. The words, rather. Shame and coping comes in. But it's okay. It's part of the grieving process, part of the mourning process. And it does diminish. And you will feel better. And you will feel stronger. And you will come to a realization that that was one chapter in your life and it's over. Hopefully never rearing its ugly head again. So please, if you're feeling shameful for what you've done, it's incredibly normal. But it will end. And you will feel better. We'll see you next week. I am Howard Reback, Montreal motivational speaker in the world of gambling, and thank you. Thank you for joining us. Have a good week.
Help me.